My favorite things about Adam are that he was the most selfless, the most intelligent, and the funniest person that I know. Still to this day, he was going to help anybody, no matter what. I have to live the rest of my life knowing that I'll never physically be with him again. We were together for about 4.5 years. We would go on road trips all the time. We would always just drive out to some random city just to look at the one post office they had, and that's it. So our relationship was characterized by adventure. He was always making me laugh. He was just incredibly intelligent and completely selfless, always wanting to help somebody, always going out of his way to make sure that anybody else had what they needed. He's just my role model. Everything that you would want in a person. We were set to begin classes at UCF together. For the first time, we'd actually be going to the same school. So 8 days before, we were in Alabama. We were on our way to Arkansas. We just wanted to do a little last-minute road trip. He had just gotten a new van. We stopped at Cheaha State Park, where we were looking for a waterfall specifically. We turned down this road that seemed really desolate. And we were driving for a good minute where we were both like, where is this supposed waterfall? And then about 3/4 way through this road, there is this woman on the side of the road who's waving her hands, and I drive past her, and Adam's like, what was that? Like, what's going on? I was like, okay, I'll reverse. And I backed up to her and I was like, yeah. And she asked if we had any jumper cables. I said, no. And Adam said, yes, we do, right here. That's just the person that he was. He was going to help anybody, no matter what. She says that her car is down this path, and I go to follow her, drive behind her while she walks us to this campsite. And while we are following her, Adam jumps into the back of the van and says, this is how people get robbed. And he puts his gun in his waistband. We get to the campsite. There's a purple Scion with the hood up. Adam's trying to jump it, but the jumper cables weren't doing anything, and Adam did not want to give up. My dad's a mechanic, so now I'm calling him. He's sending me YouTube videos to watch. We're trying everything to get this car to work, and she's just standing behind us, just watching us do all this. We get out of the car, and we're, getting ready to walk back to the van, and I ask her, is there anything else that we can do for you? And she goes, yeah, there's something you can do for me. You can put your hands up. And then she pulls out a gun. We put our hands up. She says, turn around and walk into the woods. We're walking into the woods, and she's like, drop what you have in your hands. Drop your phones. Keep walking. Take the keys out. Drop your wallets. Keep walking. So we're doing all of this, and the entire time I'm just thinking okay, Adam has his gun. I felt protected. We finally get to this log, and we turn around, and she's has my phone in her hand, and she's asking the password to my phone while having this gun pointed at us. I gave her the password. Adam, the entire time was like, just take everything. Take the car. We have computers in there. Just take whatever you want. She kind of she has the gun like this, and then she kind of lowers it, and she's like, oh, I'm just playing. And so once her guard is lowered, Adam pulls his gun out and yells at her get on the ground. I don't know who shoots first. They just start shooting. And they're just shooting back and forth at each other. I'm just yelling at them to stop the whole time. I understood that both of them were just scared. He's obviously scared for our lives because we were being robbed at gunpoint, but she's scared because she didn't expect him to have a gun. Eventually, they stop. I don't remember what fully stopped it, but Adam says, I'm shot, and he just falls to the ground, and he's shot in his lower right stomach area. And I'm yelling at her why did you do this? And she's saying we were just hungry, we just needed food. And now I'm hearing we, so there's somebody else involved in this. I told her we would have given you all of the food and water you wanted. We were trying to help you. She handed me my phone back and is call 911. So I call 911, and I tell them that my boyfriend's been shot, she asks me, the shooter, can I run? Can I go? And I was like, yeah, go ahead, run. They're gonna find you eventually. Adam had shot her in the leg. So once she realizes that she can't run, she yells into the woods and she's like, Crystal, help me. This girl comes out of the woods, but she stays like 20 feet away from us. Adam's laying on the ground. It's been 25 minutes. Nobody's here still. I'm screaming into the woods for help. I'm making sure that Adam's breathing. The 911 operator is instructing me on how to do CPR. And I don't really know what I'm doing. Every time that I'm pressing, like, it looks like he's breathing, and I'm thinking that I did it and that he's good, but it's just me manually inflating his lungs. The paramedics finally get there. After 30 minutes, they're just walking, and I'm screaming at them, hurry up, come here, run. The cops are taking care of the shooter. The paramedics are now around me and Adam, and finally someone is like, come up and come with me. I was just sitting in the van and they came over and they said, like, there's nothing we can do, he's already gone. I was just completely in shock, numb, no emotions. It just feels like it's a dream. This is a nightmare. The most challenging part of this healing journey is the fact that I'm so young and I have to live the rest of my life knowing that I'll never physically be with him again. Nothing will ever bring Adam back. No sentence will ever fully, really be justice, but I'm happy with the legal outcomes. For someone who's going through something similar, like a loss or just feeling hopeless at life, my advice would be to choose happiness. Happiness isn't a goal that you achieve. Happiness is something that you build. It's something that you create. And that no matter what happens to you, you can still live a good life. Focus on you and your healing, because you can't be there for anyone else if you're not there for yourself.
They are seen. Are you?